Hello, my lovely, lovely dreamers. Hello to you, and you, and you, and of course you, and you, and you. Hello, I'm so happy to see you all again. If you're new here, I'm Christina and I make ASMR videos. This is a 3K celebration video, and you have voted for a questions and answers video. I have your questions here on my phone. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank you for being here for me, for all your kind words, for your friendship, for your constant support, for all your likes, for your constructive criticism, for everything that you've done for me and for this channel along the way. This channel is a small community and I am just a part of it. You are the most important part of this wonderful community. Thank you again for being here. I love you all. And let's get started with the first question. I apologize for the traffic noise. I live next to the main street and there is always traffic. There are always cars in the street. This video is going to be a very soft spoken into whispering, and Luna is not very close to me. She is in the kitchen in her little bed, but she's sleeping and you might hear some snoring, so she is snoring in the background. She is my partner, my friend, and she sometimes wants to deal with the background in my ASMR videos. So the questions are not in a very particular, they're just random, as I've saved them on my phone. That's why I pinned those posts. I reposted them on my community page in case you have been wondering. I did so just to have them so that I can answer. So are you ready to start? So 3, 2. Now I'm happy to answer. Need to mention again that there is no particular order, just random. I'm answering randomly. The first question comes from my dear friend here on YouTube. I've met wonderful people here. Kim Visible, thank you so much for everything. And she says she and it was the first pet I was allowed to have. I think I was 10 years old, and I absolutely adored that tomcat. I've had him for so many years, and his name was Raphael, and we used to call him Rafi, and he was really handsome. I used to put to tie a cute red ribbon around his neck. Then when I was about 12, I think, I had a little accident, and I poured boiled water on me, and I still have the scar on one of my legs. It's pretty big. It was really painful, and one of my neighbors who had a German Shepherd girl gifted me one of her puppies just to make me feel better, and I loved that dog. He was really special. His name was Bobby. I had some pets when they go there in the sky, because I really believe that they have souls and their energy stays with you. Don't call me crazy, I really believe in this. One of my dogs, his name was Bloom. He was a cocker. I had him while I was in my first years of teaching. I was quite young, and he was really, really handsome with silver curly hair. He was a beauty, and he loved following me everywhere. And once he got out of the yard, he always found a way to get out. And I suppose that someone had stolen him, because everyone knew that he was my dog. I couldn't find him. It was a small community, and I had been looking for that dog for such a long time. I was totally devastated. Then I had a girl gifted by my students. Her name was Cora. She was really special. And I had a special cat that lived up for 20 years. Her name was Mia, and she was a Siamese cat. And she was Luna now is licking her paws, so if you hear she's doing her best to create the perfect background atmosphere here. Mia was really special. I adopted her when she was 6 years old, and she was almost blind because she had been born like so. But she was a fighter. She could climb in any tree. She could do anything. I loved her cat. I loved that cat so much. But she was a mean cat because she was really jealous, and she didn't like other cats coming into the house, or even small children. So she used to fight them to throw them out of our house. She tore up one curtains. She tore up the curtains in the living room because a neighbor's cat entered the living room, and it was her territory, and she bit that cat. And I had some some little children that came to my house for English lessons, and they were afraid of Mia because she used to chase them around the little table in the middle of the living room. And before entering the house, they used to ask, is Mia at home? Can we come in? And every time I had to take her in another room and lock her in there. And there were others, and every pet had a name. And when they go, they take a part of your soul, but they also fill your souls, your heart, with the purest possible love that exists in this universe. There is a part of your heart that remains unawakened if you don't have the chance to be loved by a pet, by a dog, by a cat, by whatever pet you might have. Let's go to the next one. Another dear friend here, Miss Whispers ASMR. Miss Whisper ASMR, she's absolutely amazing. What makes you the most happy in life? What charities or causes are you passionate about? Do you like to cook? What is your favorite meal to cook? What makes me most happy in life is to know that those I love are happy and healthy and here with me. My family makes me happy, they make me happy. I have a small family, but I love them to the moon and back. My family is really small. My husband, my mother, and Luna. I don't have any brothers or sisters. And I'm happy. I know that it sounds old-fashioned, but I'm happy to be a wife, to be a partner for my husband, to be a daughter, to be a bug mama. I love my life. I love just being, and I consider every new day a gift from God. Every breath that I take, every moment that I am allowed on this earth is a gift, and I have to celebrate it. I love waking up in the morning. I love every little moment. The coffee in the morning, the good morning kiss with my husband, playing with Luna, reading a good book, watching a movie, cooking. And yes, I love cooking. It's another big passion of mine. I like trying new recipes from different countries. I especially like baking cookies, and I'm pretty good at it, I think. I really enjoy making cookies and offering them to my neighbors as some sort of gift. I like cooking treats for Luna. I love being in the kitchen, so the happiest place on earth for me is here in my home. is enough love to put into that building to give it a soul. So have I missed one? What charity causes are you passionate about? Everything that concerns animals, children and old people, seniors. I wish I could do more. Okay, let's go for them. Okay, so another dear friend, thank you. What is the biggest cultural difference between Romania and Italy? Food, education, religion. Well, both Romanians and Italians are Latin people, and both languages are Latin languages. So Italian is a Latin language, and it was easy for me to learn it. The grammar is as difficult as the Romanian one and the French one. Religious, of course there are differences. Italians are Catholic. I'm Orthodox, but we are all Christians, and we all believe in God. Not a shock, but there are of course differences. Let's say that Orthodox people respect in a different way, are more religious, to say so. On Sundays, the Orthodox people just go to church and have a lunch in a family, and they don't do house chores or other things. So it's the seventh day and we need to rest, and we do the same on religious holidays. Here in Italy, people, at least the younger ones, do not respect that. They mow the lawn on Sundays, they wash, they do everything. It's just like any other working day. But older people still go to church and consider Sundays as a day to relax, as a sacred day. Cultural and food, Italian food is amazing. I've learned to cook fancy Italian dishes and also traditional dishes. I love almost everything, except for some things like Pocotico. I don't like that. I love pasta, but Italian dishes, Italian kitchen doesn't mean only pasta and pizza. There are a lot of amazing dishes like bacala, for example. Here in Veneto they make some sort of salami that is called soppressa, and it is eaten with polenta. The recipe is very old. Yeah, I like baking, trying different Italian desserts. So from time to time I cook Romanian dishes also. And cultural, yes, there were differences, of course, because I had some sort of shock, but in a good way. We Romanians are very hardworking people. Of course, I don't want to say that Italians are not, but we see only work and work and work, and sometimes our goals in life is just to build a house, to buy a house. We have a very the sense of property, of owning, is really developed. So there is also a saying in our culture that says you need to consider that you had a life and lived. If you had a child, you planted a tree and you built a house. So my life before going to Italy, moving to Italy, was work. Really, really hard work. To pay a mortgage that was far too expensive for me, so I had 2 jobs, one in a school and another one in a kindergarten, and I taught extra classes. I worked during the weekend. I used to leave house at 6:30 in the morning and came back home at 8:30. And when I came here, I was amazed to see that they work hard, but they also enjoy life. They live for their holidays, so they work hard, earn money, but they don't necessarily use that money for to buy a house, to buy furniture, to buy a car. They use that money especially for themselves. They use that money to go to holidays, to travel, to ladies go to the hairdresser regularly, go to the gym, invest in themselves, go to dancing classes, and also there is a break at noon. At 12 o'clock every day, the whole Italy freezes. Everyone has lunch, and after lunch they have their siesta. So no matter what, that lunch break is respected. So back in Romania I didn't have break lunch, so I used to have a yogurt and a bun or some biscuits in my 10 minutes break. I never had time for myself. I never had enough money because I directed my money in a different way. I invested in a house, in furniture, in material goods, to say so. And here I learned to enjoy life in a different way. I learned that yes, it's important to buy a house. Yes, it's important to save for the future. But life doesn't mean only this. It's also important to enjoy life, to travel, to go to lunch from time to time, to buy things for yourself, things that make you happy. So I admire them for this. I admire the Italians for this, and for their optimism and the way they see and love life. And again, if a job they don't feel appreciated, they just quit. If they don't like their job, they quit, they go for something else. And they're always smiling and they're polite. I don't say that we Romanians are not polite. Yeah. So worried and overwhelmed by a lot of financial problems and troubles and the mortgage we have to pay, and that we often forget to enjoy life. So that was how Italy and Italians have changed me, have changed the way I see life. From what perspective? Because in the long run, what you gather is you gather are the memories. So the places you've seen, your experiences, new dishes that you've tried, the people that you've met, how much love you left behind. Alright, so the next question comes from my dear friend Nebula ASMR. What's your favorite type of movie or TV show to watch? Well, I love, of course, true crime type of TV shows, normal things that make me think, detective stories, thrillers. One of my favorite TV shows was Medium. I don't know if you remember that. I love that show. And I've recently watched, I know a little too late, but Fringe. I really loved it. With parallel universes, Soul of Criminal Minds, CSI, Deadly Women. Used to watch Discovery a lot. Okay. And the next question comes from another friend here on YouTube. Liv Warden. What is the first time you remember experiencing ASMR? And I think there are others who asked the same. Well, I've answered this in a previous question and answers, but it's okay. So I think I was really, really young. Really, really young. And so young that I had to sleep in the afternoon. And my mother used to have guests, to have some of her friends. And they, sleeping in my room was next to the kitchen. They used to gather around the kitchen table. And because they thought I was sleeping, they were whispering to each other. And they did card reading. They used to knit, to look through different magazines, to do each other's hair. And I remember waking up and just staying there with my eyes closed, pretending to be asleep, because I really enjoyed the sounds, and the whole atmosphere gave me ASMR. And I loved it, of course. And up to nowadays, these sounds give me tingles. Page turning, the sounds of someone knitting, whispering, doing the heads. They used to have some sort of metal hair rollers, and the sound, the clicking of those hair rollers was extremely tingly to me. So I think this was one of the first ASMR experiences. And there was also, I remember, traveling by train with my father, and my father used to have a leather jacket, and the atmosphere in being on the train, and the sound of the leather jacket combined of the sounds of and the other people. So one was reading a newspaper, someone else was eating, all those sounds combined again gave me tingles. I love. The next question comes from the amazing Jenny B ASMR. Thank you, Jenny B, for everything and for your constant support. And she says, maybe it's already been asked, but what brought you to Italy from Romania? And how did you find that transition? Well, I got married and I followed my husband here. It was really difficult because we had tried at first to live separately, but it didn't work. It didn't worth. So I had a job in Romania. My husband is Romanian, but he's more Italian than Romanian. He have lived most of his life in Italy, and we couldn't stay apart from each other, and I decided to. So I quit my job. In life you need sometimes to make some big decisions, to choose, because you cannot have everything. So you had to choose, and I chose love, and I chose to be happy. It wasn't an easy choice to make because my mother left in Romania, and she's living alone, and it's really difficult for her. And she comes to visit, but she doesn't want to leave her house. It's the house that she has from her parents, and she really loves that house. I was telling you about how we Romanians love our properties, so she doesn't want to come and live here with us. And it was difficult for me to make the decision, but I was so in love, and I still am, and it was the best decision I have ever made in my life. I followed my husband here, and I chose happiness. So these years, from the day I got married, have been the most wonderful, the happiest years of my life. And the transition was really easy because, of course, I didn't know the language. I'm a really shy person, and I was afraid even to go to the post office and ask for my parcel and stuff like that, because I thought that people were judging me if I made grammar mistakes or I didn't speak Italian fluently. Of course I didn't. But I've learned Italian, and you know that home, I've told you before, home is where you are happy. Home is where your family is. So I'm happy, and this is my home. And of course we bought a house here, an apartment, because we're Romanians, but we also enjoy ourselves and enjoy life. And we like traveling, we like trying good, expensive food. We invest in other things than just gathering material goods, to say so. Alright, I know that this is going to be a very, very, very long video. And the first set of questions ends with my friend Alexandra Lapp, ASMR, a really special ASMR channel. Is this your natural hair color? Feel free not to answer that question if you don't want to. Well, I was born a blonde. There's nothing I can do about it. When I was a little girl, my hair was as blonde as a wheat field. And when I grew up, it became 2 or 3 shades darker. So yes, I'm a natural blonde, but not as blonde as I am in this video. For example, from time to time I like to highlight it, to have highlights done, or to have it dyed in a brighter, lighter shade of blonde, because I have always loved that Marilyn Monroe vibe. My father was blonde with green eyes, so I think I look after him. question number 2. Would you rather spend time in a quiet park or a busy commercial area or of a city? Definitely, I would rather spend time in a quiet park, far away from noisy people. Even when we go on holidays to the seaside, we choose fishermen villages in Croatia, or we choose places that are not very known, that are quiet. I prefer isolated beaches, and the more isolated, the better for me. Alright, so I've just finished the first set of questions and I will go to the next one. My dear friend, ASMR for everyone. ASMR for everyone, hello, okay? What your favorite part of being an ASMR content creator? I love the idea that I can give something back. I started watching ASMR because I needed something to help me deal with the anxiety I had after my father's death. And ASMR has helped me so much along the years that I felt the need to give something back. And the idea that I might help the others just the way I have been helped is the best part of being an ASMR creator from my point of view. What hobbies do you enjoy doing outside of ASMR? I love cooking. I love feeding the others. I love preparing different courses and sweets and desserts. I love reading. I love theater. I don't know why I stopped. I loved going to the theater. I still listen to plays while I'm doing the chores in the house. I love true crime and of course I like traveling. And I love taking care of my house. I know that it sounds strange and that I'm old-fashioned, but I love cleaning, organizing, dusting, ironing. I love doing all these kind of things. It relaxing me, and while I'm doing all this, I'm listening to true crime or a place. Okay. The next one, I have my phone here, and I'm reading your questions from here. I'm trying to alternate soft-spoken with whispering. Again, Kim Visible, my dear friend, asks me, I have been trying to think of more questions and things outside of the box. Thank you very much for this. I would ask you if you believe in aliens, ghosts, the afterlife. Oh yes, I do. I believe in all of these. Our universe and the other universes are so vast that impossible to be the only living things on a planet. So I do believe that there are any planets that support life. If you believe in ghosts, I don't know if necessarily in ghosts, but I believe that Tesla said that we are made of light, and when we die, that light returns to the source of light. And I see this as a form of energy. I think that what we call our soul is in fact some sort of energy, and energy never dies. And we just live in these bodies. I also believe in reincarnation. And yes, I do believe in afterlife. And let me tell you that one of the most important people in my life was my grandmother. She really loved me, and I have constantly felt her presence protecting me along the years. And there is also my father, and my father woke me up with, he slapped me. I have problems with my acidity, with my stomach, and one morning, I don't know if it was a dream, but it was so real. My father slapped me so hard that I woke up crying because I didn't understand why. And there was acid in my mouth, and he woke me up probably to protect me because I was in danger of God forbid dying. So I believe that those who love me continue to love me and protect me from the other a part of the universe. I had a near-death experience. Oh no, personally, no, I haven't. My mother had one, but she didn't remember what she saw over there. If social media, YouTube, suddenly was gone, what would you do to fill your time that was spent online? What I used to do before YouTube, and I'm an avid reader. I love reading, and I would probably start reading more. Cooking, walking, taking care of my family. If you could do a collaboration video with any creator at all, who would it be? So let me tell you a secret. I'm in a group of amazing creators, wonderful ladies, and we are working on a collaboration. So I will collaborate with this wish. This wish came true. amazing ladies included me. I'm so honored. So this is already something that is going to happen, and I won't tell you more because I don't want to spoil the surprise. Okay, invisible. Hello, sweet friend. Hello, sweet friend. I'm interested to know what your favorite animals are and what pets have you had throughout your life. Besides our channel mascot, Miss Luna, we all know she's the best. I have already answered these, and I love all animals. But you know, as pets, I've only had cats, dogs, and rabbits. But I love and respect all animals, and I'm not able of hurting anything, not even the insects that came into my house. I just take them with a napkin and throw them on the balcony. I don't kill spiders. I don't kill anything. Alright, where have you traveled? Is there somewhere you haven't been yet that is on your bucket list? Well, I have traveled to Croatia, to Germany, Hungary, to Turkey, the Asian part also, to Poland. Yes, I'd like to visit France, of course. I'm fascinated, and I haven't been to UK. I'm fascinated by America, of course, but it's I don't know if I will ever get to visit USA. So let's see. Miss Love ASMR again, my dear friend here. Miss Love ASMR, favorite place you've ever traveled to? Well, my dear, cities close to my heart is of course Venice, because I have wonderful memories. I have wonderful memories from Rome also, and my husband knew how to surprise me when we went visiting Rome. We traveled by subway, and he knew how to choose the right station, and we came out. It was in front of the Colosseum, and I just saw it in front of my eyes. I was so impressed that I started crying. The emotion was so strong, so overwhelming, and I love Tropea. I was in love. I fell in love with that city in the south of Italy, and I also love Turkey. So I traveled to Turkey as counterpart in a international project with some colleagues and a group of children, and our destination was Adana, but we also visit Istanbul, and we traveled from the European part your ASMR journey, and how does that compare to how you felt when you first started out as an ASMR artist? Well, I don't consider myself an ASMR artist. I think it's too much. I'm doing my best, but I don't think I'm as good as other famous persons who are really ASMR artists. I'm just trying. I am proud of having the courage, because I'm a really shy person, and I tried to start a channel back in 2017, filmed some videos and didn't have the courage to post. And I am proud of my community. I am proud of the people that are part in this community. I'm proud of the feedback I get. I'm proud of how I succeed sometimes to help the others. And this is the part that I love also the most. Let's see. What trigger have you been enjoying either doing or watching lately? I have always loved soft spoken and whispering, and I react to someone's voice and good vibes, so this is the trigger that I love the most. And I also love doing this kind of videos in which I try to comfort and help the viewer feel a little bit better. What's your favorite video that you've done so far this year, and why is it your favorite? With a link to the video. Well, there is a video that I really love. Is comforting you on the phone in the 50s, and it was one of the videos that YouTube decided to hide. I put so much of myself in that video, and I tried to just to find inside myself the energy that you need and share it with you. That I put a part of myself into that video, a part of who I really am as a friend. It's not that I was pretending, it's who I am in there. And I will of course post a link in the description box. Okay, if you could go back in time to when you first started ASMR, what would you tell to your past self? Oh, just do it. Trust yourself. Just do it. Just have the courage to start sooner. Be confident. Look at the camera. And learn sooner how to edit your videos, because when I first started everything was raw. I didn't know how to edit properly. I just placed myself in front of the camera and pushed the button, and that was it. I didn't care too much about technical videos and stuff. Now I'm really um, 8 hours to film and edit the video. What goes into creating an ASMR video for you? How do you come up with the idea, setting everything up, the editing process, props, etc.? Sometimes I'm just walking in the street and there are ideas coming to my mind, and I used to write them down and I built some sort of story around that idea. Sometimes the ideas for video come from a prop or a little object or something that I happen to find in an online store or in a store, a regular store. I have a very vivid imagination, so I don't lack ideas and stuff. And I edit my own videos, and it takes me a lot because, as I was telling you, I live next to Main Street, and I have to record for 5 or 3 or 1 minute, and my videos are made of little videos, 1 minute to 3 minutes, 5-minute videos put together, because I have to pause the video really and to cut a lot because of the background noise. Let's see. Okay, so the next questions come from the sweet Annie ASMR. Annie ASMR, she's amazing. She's an amazingly talented girl. Could you tell us a bit about the places you have traveled to? I have just answered to this. How long have you had your doggo? Luna came into our lives when she was 3 months, and she will be 11 this Thursday, so we are celebrating her. On Thursday she will be 11 years of amazingly profound love. Is your favorite video that you made this year? I have just answered. Thank you, Annie. Southern Clover ASMR, my dear friend. I love her content. What is your favorite self-care practice? Well, I buy a lot of products for self-care, and I always end up using natural homemade remedies that I've learned to do from my mother. So I love once a week or twice a week, I love to prepare a hair mask and a face mask. Everything is dry, so I have fine dry hair, dry skin, so I love making homemade masks for hair and face with The amazing Morika ASMR asks me, what do you enjoy the most about making ASMR? The idea that I can help someone, even for a little bit. The idea that someone needs my comforting videos. The idea that I might help someone fall asleep. This is what I enjoy most. My friend Nobody's Wife ASMR, thank you, asks me, will your husband ever show himself in a video of you? We are so curious to see him. Well, I have just posted some pics of him, of my family. I don't know if I would ever be able to make him appear in a video, but never say never. He supports me, he is my biggest fan. He buys a lot of props and comes with ideas from videos. And he buys me a lot of stuff like microphones and ring lights and tripods and different kind of lights. ASMR Whispering Fairy, where is your favorite place that you've traveled? Love your channel, thank you very much. I've had already answered this. Thank you. Solasta ASMR, amazing creator. Do you like traveling, and where would you like to travel to most? I have already. This question comes from Pocotico, Asteria ASMR, my lovely friend. What made you start your ASMR channel? I just wanted to give something back, to sometimes express my artistic side, my creative side, and help people at the same time. Okay, and I've finished another set of questions, and I'm going to another set. I've done this also. I think I am at the last set of questions. Okay, next questions come from Pupe. My friend here, thank you. If money was not a concern, what would you do with your life? Job, hobbies, travel, where you'd live? Well, I think I would go back to my country, and I'd choose the town I grew up in, because to me that is the most beautiful one in the whole world. I would adopt a lot of pets, even create some sort of association to help animals and children. I would start writing probably and editing my own books. And I would travel a lot along with, together with those that I love. Who are the people who inspired you to be better, and how did they do that? I am a very lucky person because I've always been surrounded by wonderful people that inspired me to be better, starting with my grandparents. My parents, my mother, my father was the most honorable, the most honest man that I have ever met. Some teachers in school, my husband. I've met wonderful, wonderful people, and they made me what I am today, and I'm so grateful. If you could experience any fictional world from your favorite books, movies, where would you go? And I would like to go back in time to the 30s and the 50s. I'm fascinated by that period in time. Morika ASMR asks again, what is your personal favorite triggers and what is your favorite video that you have ever created? So, I've just partially answered this. I love whispering, I love soft spoken, hand movements, fabric sounds, personal attention, face brushing, page turning, library atmosphere, everything related to hair. But I also have to not to like, just to vibrate the same as the artist who is doing the trigger. I react to someone's voice and energy, way of being. I have to like the voice. I love sweet, soft spoken voices that are warm and gentle. So I react to kind and gentle persons that succeed to send positive energy and that sense of calmness and peace. About the video I have already answered. Dancing sounds ASMR. Do you ever get sleepy or relax editing your own content? Yes, I get, very often I get sleepy. And to relax I need to be careful. Next question comes from Kelly. A dear friend here. I'm curious where you grew up and what you studied. Also, what your hobbies besides ASMR. I grew up in Romania. I'm a Romanian, and I studied literature, English and Romanian grammar and literature. I have a university degree in English literature, in Romanian literature, and I've also, I think it's in English, and it's called a minor in pedagogy. And I've studied, of course, English literature, grammar literature, Romanian literature, Romanian grammar, universal literature, starting from the Bible and ending up with modern literature, and Latin, and a lot of other things. Okay, so let's go to the next. ASMR I hope I'm not butchering this. Pocotico. I don't know where to put the accent. Pocotico ASMR. Congratulations, thank you very much. I would like to know who is your reference in the ASMR. Well, I love a lot of ASMR artists, and as I react to someone's voice and positive energy and vibes, I like, of course, gentle whispering. I love Southern ASMR sounds, Rare Moon ASMR, Ginny B ASMR. Kind-hearted and gentle persons with wonderful, wonderful voices. Okay, and finally, Nobody's Wife ASMR. Can I add three questions? Of course. Will your husband make his appearance in one of your videos one day? Never say never. For now, I haven't convinced him to do so up to now, but never say never. And what does he think of your videos? Does he have ASMR too? Yes, he has tingles, and he's proud of my ASMR channel. He's my biggest fan. He has ASMR, but not from videos. From someone brushing his hair or scratching his back. So that someone is me, of course. Yes, he has tingles. Does he? Okay, we are curious to see him. I have just posted some pictures. And I be Wendy ASMR. When will your husband be on your channel? I don't know. I have to convince him first. He doesn't really like to. He's not into social media. Okay, I hope that I've answered. And if I've missed one, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for listening to the whole thing. I'm so happy and so blessed to have you in my life. Thank you very much again. If you have any requests or video suggestions again, feel free to